Uh, Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to talk this evening on the Protection of Women and Girls Sports Act. You know, I've been a physician now for over 30 years and dealt with a lot of different types of individuals, and there is a difference medically between men and women. There's a difference biologically between men and women. There's a difference chromosomally between men and women. There's a difference genetically between men and women. At age 5, it is an absolute normal thing for young children to question who they are. Absolutely normal. We all go through that phase. Sadly enough, our left colleagues now want to put pressure, either from teachers, counselors, or whatever, that they may be disillusioned, they may not understand who they are, to try to push them in one direction. What has happened? What has happened? We now have this huge conflagration of individuals who don't understand their biological sex. Now we've been preached by the left for 3 years, follow the science, even though the science was wrong. Right now, they don't want to follow the science. It comes down to the science of gender, and they refuse to allow that truth be told. They don't want to hear about the true biological and genetic differences between XY and XX chromosomes. I'll take that as a physician, that there is an absolute genetic difference in mitochondria and everything else, spindle cell formation, everything else in a genetic XY male from an XX female. It's how they develop, and regardless of any type of hormonal manipulation, an XY male has a competitive advantage over an XX female. Period. Point blank, it is fact. It cannot be refuted. Sadly enough, the left doesn't want to hear that. They want to push the fact that the choice of a gender will get to decide a competitive advantage. They want to trample over the rights of women and allow men to compete in women's sports. It's an absolute absurdity. I honestly cannot believe that this is an actual issue that we are debating in the United States of America. It's common sense. What would happen if NBA individuals, I won't point out anybody in specifics, what would happen if a male from an NBA decided he wanted to compete in the WNBA? Would that be fair? Absolutely not. What would happen if someone like Michael Phelps wanted to compete in the women's athletic sports and swimming? It would be absolutely unfair. Absolutely unfair. But the left is horrified if something like that would happen in high school or college. They're not horrified, rather. Just a couple of years ago, we'd never even dreamed. 10 years ago, I would say Democrat and Republican would never have dreamed we'd be going down this path of lunacy, trying to erase women's sports. That a young girl who at the age of 5, 10 would be competing so hard for her dream at age 18 or 22 to compete in the Olympics for a gold medal or any other medal, to have that taken away by a biological male. But here we are. It's a sad state. It's time for the adults in the room to bring common sense back to this country. Now, I am not downgrading or denigrating the desire for those individuals to compete in sports. I understand that. But what is fair is fair. And it is absolutely unfair for a biological male to compete against a biological female in high school or any type of other type of sports.